हेलो एवरीवन। आज हम लोग बात करने वाले हैं हैकटोबर फेस्ट के बारे में। तो वीडियो स्टार्ट करने से पहले चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर देना और लाइक बटन भी प्रेस कर देना। और अब वीडियो स्टार्ट करते हैं। तो हैकटोबर फेस्ट जो है वो एक ओपन सोर्स इनिशिएटिव है और ये अक्टूबर में होता है। तो इसमें क्या है कि हम लोग ओपन सोर्स जो भी प्रोजेक्ट्स है उसमें कंट्रीब्यूट कर सकते हैं। तो अगर हम हैकटोबर फेस्ट अगर खोलेंगे इसका जो वेबसाइट है, तो ये इसका फर्स्ट पेज है। तो इसमें और ये लोग इनिशिएटिव लेने के लिए ये एक टी शर्ट फ्री में प्रोवाइड करते हैं, ताकि जो भी लोग इसमें ओपन सोर्स में कभी कंट्रीब्यूट नहीं किए तो वो लोग भी इसमें पार्टिसिपेट कर सके। एक मोटिवेशन के लिए वो लोग भी इसमें पार्टिसिपेट कर सके। और अब अगर इसका वेबसाइट देखें तो इसमें एक 1 मिनट का ये इंट्रो वीडियो
It's
है।
October already.
Is a HacktoberFEST.
And if you don't know what HacktoberFest is,
It's a celebration.
And it's an open source.
Hacktober.
is
It's a celebration.
And it's an open source.
Hacktober. Fest is a month-long celebration of open source software.
Created by DigitalOcean.
It's changing the world one pull request at a time.
You can be a developer, designer, or even a content writer.
In short, you do open source contributions and you get lots of swag.
That's swag bag. This is so amazing. A HacktoberFEST t-shirt, guys.
I would like to thank DigitalOcean for sending me this t-shirt because I was participating in HacktoberFest.
So join us for this year's celebration of open source software at HacktoberFest.com.
Let's get hacking.
Okay, so this was about the Hacktoberfest. And if we see the event details, so we can sign up anytime between October 1st to October 31st. So now we have around 10 days left. So in this there are some rules that you should know, so you can go through them. Then if you want to select any specific language, so you can do that here, and you'll be shown the list of all the projects that are there with this particular language. And this was about this Hacktoberfest. And here I have created another profile on GitHub. So using this profile I'll be showing a demo of how to participate in this Hacktoberfest. Now if we see the resources section, so we are given some resources and all the participation details and the rules that we have to follow. And also we have to maintain the quality standards, so we have not to just create any pull request with just one word change or one line change, so we should have some content in that. And also we need to reduce the spam that is done by some of the people. Now this was all about the resources, and you can also read it through. And now if we see the fact section, that is frequently asked questions. So here we have many questions and you can always read the answers. And if you are lazy to read, you can always comment on the video to ask if you have any doubt. And here are some of the updates. So basically what happened is, when the event started on 1st October, there were many useless pull requests, that is by changing one word or one line. So that is not necessary, and we have to give some meaningful contributions. So then they have updated some rules, and you can check the updates here. And here it is for the people who are creating that repo. So they will be having a tag of Hacktoberfest, which you can see here. Now if we move ahead, now if we register for this, that is from this profile, so we have to sign up with GitHub, and I've already created a profile with this name, and it is a completely new profile, so I don't have anything right now. And here after this login, it will be asking you for the authorization. So then you have to authorize this one. Now this is the email that we are using for creating the pull request. Currently I am a participant, but if you are an event organizer or a maintainer for any project or repo, then you can check that also. And if you want to like get any updates, so this also you can select, and your country if you want. Now just press continue. And before we start with this, we have to watch a video, that is compulsory, otherwise we can't select this. So now let's
Welcome to HacktoberFest
and also you can skip the video if you have already watched this.
2020. HacktoberFest is a month-long celebration of open source software run by DigitalOcean. HacktoberFest is open to everyone in our global community. To participate, you'll need to submit 4 quality pull requests to public GitHub repositories. When you do, you'll earn some swag, including your very own HacktoberFest 2020 t-shirt. You can sign up anytime between October 1st and October 31st, and we encourage you to connect with other developers and HacktoberFest enthusiasts for virtual events and information sessions starting in September. In this quick video, we'll introduce you to Git and GitHub, the version control system that we'll be using to track your progress and repository hosting service that shares projects to collaborate on. By the end of this tutorial, you'll be ready to submit your first pull request and will be well on your way to... Before we begin with Git and GitHub, let's talk about version control. When developers work on a project together, oftentimes they'll need to work on the same code base. While they're working, each developer needs to know about what changes the other dev made, so as not to duplicate work or write code over what has already been done. A version control system serves as a saving program for the code, where it assigns a version to a project and tracks changes made over time to each file in the project. In this way, developers can work together on a project by checking in with the latest version to see the changes made before working on their portion of the project's code. Git, a version control system used to manage developer projects of all sizes, was created in 2005 by Linus Torvalds, the creator of Linux, to help developers contribute code and share code revisions in a way that was fast, efficient, and inexpensive. Git creates code repositories to help developers edit, share, and publish code for all. GitHub is a cloud-based repository hosting service that allows developers to take code that they've written on their local machines and share it with the world. GitHub provides a way to share the version track projects on your local computer publicly through repositories or central file locations, and depending on the project's availability, it can either be a private or a public repository. Other developers can continue the project to edit the code, provide insight, and more. To get started with GitHub, you can create an account at github.com. We have links on the HacktoberFest resources page that details exactly how to get started with GitHub. Check it out after this video. All right, let's get started cloning and editing our first repo. First, let's navigate to the repo that we'd like to clone. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to use our Haiku repo. If you're following along with me, we provided the link in the transcript for you to clone this repo as well. So I found a repo that was interesting to work on that I can contribute meaningful content to. Remember, each of the pull requests you submit for HacktoberFest should contribute to an existing repo in a way that helps the project to thrive. Take some time to pick one that resonates with you before starting. All right, before I clone this repo, that is, take a copy of the code here on GitHub onto my local machine, I want to take a copy of the whole repo into my own GitHub account. To do this, I'll make a fork of the repo. It's like I'm taking a bite of it, a copy that I can use to edit that doesn't affect the main or source code base. I'll navigate to click the fork button, then watch as GitHub takes this repo and adds it as a copy to my account. As you see, now my name appears as the creator of this repo, which is a fork of the main Haiku repo. Next, I'll need to navigate over to my command line interface. I'm using Terminal on Mac, but there's a number of command line interfaces that are available for your OS. Use the one that works best for you. Git also offers a graphical interface that allows you to edit repos with visual commands. A link to download and learn more about that interface is available as a resource. In the terminal, I'm going to enter git clone. This command will clone or copy the copy that I just created from the Haiku repo down to my local machine. This will enable me to make changes to the code base locally or on my own machine to upload to the cloud remotely. Awesome. So we have the Haiku repo down on our local machine, and now we're ready to make a change. Using the command line interface, I'm going to navigate to the folder of our cloned repo, Haiku repo, by using cd, or change directory. I'm using Visual Studio Code as my text editor and IDE of choice. There's a number of editors and IDEs or integrated development environments out there that allow you to write code in a number of languages and format it using best practices, snippets, and more. While Visual Studio Code is just one IDE, I'd suggest checking out a few and picking the one that works best for your coding environment. Resources on picking an IDE can be found on the HacktoberFest resource page. Now, in a situation where I'm in an unfamiliar code base, I take my time to read and understand everything that's going on and find parts of the code that I might make more efficient or suggest different solutions for. It's worth it to fully understand the code base and read any associated documentation provided before making changes. Now that we've made a change to the Haiku repo, we'll need to track and save that change. The first step in tracking your change is to add it to the version you're working on. To do that, we'll execute the command git add. Writing the command in this way allows you to add all changes made to the repo across files. If you need to only submit changes to an individual file, use git add in the name of file. After we add, we'll get no confirmation. To see your changes, you can execute the command git status. This allows you to check on the status of your tracked changes. We'll see that your file has been added, but not committed as a change. Git provides this step in the event that you need to amend a change before officially tracking it as new or edited code. Next, let's commit our change. We're confident that it's right and would like to submit this change for consideration of those who maintain the project. I'll execute the command git commit and add a message with /m so that other developers who are collaborating on this project will know what my changes are. In this way, everyone can be informed of changes that are made. This message is tracked along with the commit ID and my username so other developers know who added this change. After committing, I'll need to push my changes from my local machine to the remote repository on GitHub. To do this, I'll execute the command git push. Here, we can designate an origin for the push. In this instance, we want to go straight to the main repo that I forked from the source Haku repo. So far, we've identified a repo that we'd like to edit. We took a copy of the repo onto our GitHub account and local machine using fork and clone. We then made a change and submitted our change with git add, then solidified our change by running git commit, which committed the change, and git push, which pushed our change from the local machine to the remote repository on GitHub. If we look on GitHub now, we'll see that the change we made is reflected in the files in our copy of the repo. Exciting! We're now ready to let the maintainers of the project know that we have a change to the repo that we're confident about and ready to submit. To do this, we'll click the pull request button here to the right. After the pull request button is clicked, a new page will open with a form that explains the changes we made and shows if the changes made will in any way conflict with the existing content. We'll add in an appropriate title that details the change, and in the description add an explanation of what changes were made and why. What you add here can vary depending on the project. Take a look at the project's collaboration guidelines to make sure your pull request is formatted correctly. After adding in that information, we'll scan the PR page to make sure that our committed change does not conflict. If everything checks out, we'll get a green submit pull request button at the bottom that escalates our request to make a change to the source Haiku poem codebase that will be live for anyone viewing that main branch. Be patient. It may take maintainers some time to review your request. Amendments and comments can be added on the pull request page, and new commits to the same affected files will appear in the request history here. Congratulations, we've successfully submitted our first pull request. You did it! In this tutorial, you learned about Git and GitHub and successfully identified and submitted a change to a public repo. For HacktoberFest, you'll need to submit 4 meaningful pull requests. So again, find a project that resonates with you and have fun hacking. For more information about HacktoberFest, visit our main page. For additional information about Git and GitHub, visit github.com. Happy HacktoberFest 2020!
Okay, so now they have been using a command line for all the like cloning the repo and adding the files and then committing it, and then for creating a pull request. They have used VS Code for all these things, and will not be using anything like that. We'll be using directly GitHub for adding the new files. So, and for this we have to do a minimum of 4 pull requests. So you should make sure that you are doing at least 4 pull requests, and they should be either accepted or approved by the owner of that repo. So now I have watched the video and now I can start. So here it will be like my profile, and it is showing that I have not made anything till now. So this is for my this profile, and here we can find like projects. So this is my profile, and this is the project that I want to contribute to. So this project is basically having all the solutions for the questions that are present on the website lead code. So here it is the readme file, and the code for all these questions are given in these files. And if we try to look at the issues that are currently open, so we have many issues that are already opened. Now if we, and this is also a new feature that GitHub has provided. So if you want anything for this, any video for this, so you can comment it down below, and I'll try to make another video for this also. So this is like a basic profile, basic introduction about you, and it is the first page for your GitHub profile. And if we see the projects, so here we have the video links that we can take either from the channel, YouTube channel, or from the Google Sheet. So this is the video link, and this is the question number, this is the title of the question, and a brief solution, the code link, and the time and space complexity, the difficulty of this question, and the tags that we have for this question. Now in this YouTube video or YouTube channel, we have many videos sorted in the order of their question number. and based on the issues we can select any one of them, and this is the sheet from where the questions or the issues are being created. Now here we have seen that 27 is done, 53 is done, and if we see a smaller number, that is let's say 55. So this is the issue that we will be solving. And before starting to solve this, we have to create a fork, we have to fork this repo in our profile. So this is like creating a copy of that original repo in our personal profile, and then we can add a new file. So for this question, and this is my profile, so here we'll be editing this readme file and adding a new code. Okay, so if I take the Python code, so we'll first check it if it is working or not. Okay, so now this code is working, so we'll copy this code, and in this Python file, because this is a Python code, so here we will create a file, we will add the code here, and the question number is 0055, so that is 0055.py, that is Python file, and we will create this. So now we have added this 0055, and in the readme we have to update that. And the basic format for this row is given here, so we can copy this, and 0055 will be after this row. Now the question number is 0055, the question name is jump game, the link for the question is given here, and we have done this in Python. And for the code we can copy another file, and the file name will be 0055. Now for this code, the time complexity is linear and the space complexity is constant, so that we will add here is linear and the space complexity is constant, the difficulty is medium, and the category of the question is given here, that is array and greedy. And the video link can be found here. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Okay, so this is the video link that will be adding here, and if we see the preview, so here it is. Okay, we have to add the algo for this. It is Python. The space and time complexity is here. Okay, so we have added all the things, and also we can check if it is correct or not. So on the bottom left side we can see the link for the question and the Python file for this and the video link for this. So just we have to add the algo for this. So in this question, here we are checking if I plus num size is greater than equal to ms, and ms is the maximum index that we have, like from where we can reach. So initially it is from n minus 1. So this is the basic algo for this question, so that will be adding here. So here we are iterating from n minus 1 to minus 1, that is 0, and we are checking if we can reach the final index from the current index or not. So I iterate from last index and check if we can reach there from current index or not. So this is the algo. Now we can again preview the changes that we have made. So this is the question number, this is the title for this question, the solution for this question, the code that we have given, and all the things that is necessary. So now we will commit these changes in our repo. So here it is added. So this is like our repo, and if we check the source repo, so in that we can see that it is not updated. So for that we have to create a pull request. So here in our repo we can see that it is 2 commits ahead of the master branch. So the 2 commits are, first one we added a Python file, and the second one we updated that in the readme. So now we will create a pull request from here, and it will automatically show you all the commits and all the file changes that you have done. So this is the file change in readme, and this is the file that we have added. So now we can create the pull request, and for the title we can write added 0055 solution in Python and updated the readme. So now we can create a pull request, and now it is not having any conflict, so it can be merged directly. But as I am not a maintainer for this with this account, as this account is not a maintainer for this, we can't merge it. So it will be done by the owner for this repo, and currently we can see that we don't have any pull request. So currently it is 0 because the pull request that we have created is not approved or not merged. So we need to either approve the pull request or merge the pull request. So now if we see this, now we have got another pull request that is added 005 solution 55 solution in Python and updated the readme. So when we check this one, so we can see that we have these two things, these two commits that are done, and the files that have been changed. So this is the files that are changed that we have seen during creating the pull request. So now we can view this file and we can approve the changes. So now the changes are approved, and this we can see here that Sankalp Dayal, the owner of this repo, has approved this changes. And now we can see that we have successfully done one pull request, one valid pull request, and either it should be approved or it should be merged. So we'll directly merge it. Now after this merge, here we can see that we have another line, that is 0055, and all the values for this. So this is how we can create a pull request and get it accepted. And if it is being blocked by the owner, so then you will be like blocked for this Hacktoberfest. So don't create unnecessary pull request. So that was a brief demo for this, and similarly we have to do 3 more pull requests, and it has a time of 14 days from the time when it is accepted. So in this 14 days, if the owner finds any bug or any difficulty or anything like unusual, he can cancel that pull request, and then this will be cancelled. So if it is cancelled, we'll be again having 0 number of pull requests. So in this way we can do this, and as this is open source, like this is an open source project, and anyone can contribute to this, anyone can check out the codes and all. So in this way we can contribute to this Hacktoberfest. So I hope you have liked the video, and you can like the press the like button and subscribe the channel if you have not yet subscribed, and share it with your friends or juniors, whoever can find this useful. And that's all for this video, and we'll see in another video. So till then, goodbye.